Okay, today we are working on a 2016 Lexus ES350. Now, I didn't have a socket for these rims because they're custom. Luckily, the owner did, which made this a breeze. So once I take the tire off, I'm able to see the brake caliper and brake pads. And remember, guys, before you do anything, make sure that the vehicle is jacked up with jack stands and a jack and the tire stopper as well, so it doesn't go rolling on you once you lift the car up off the ground. Okay, now there are two bolts holding this brake caliper on, which I believe are 12 millimeter or 13 millimeter. Don't quote me on this, but make sure you do your homework, as I should have, to let you guys know. So whichever one fits the most snug lets you know it's the right socket size. So once we get those off, the brake caliper should slide right off, which gives us access to the brake pads. As you can see, these brake pads are worn out. There is no meat left on it at all. Just a little, but it was definitely time for them to be changed. So what I'm doing here, I'm taking my old brake pad and I'm laying it against the brake caliper piston, and I'm going to use my C-clamp to push the brake caliper piston back into the brake caliper flush so that when I go back on with my new brake pads, I have no issues as far as the fitment. And what we're going to do now, we're going to place our new brake pad on the brake caliper brackets. And when I tell you guys, it's kind of hard to screw these up because they only go on one way. And also don't forget to make sure you grease both ends of those brake pads so that the movement is really fluid when the owner goes to drive it and such and such. Okay. I think at this point I'm just greasing the points on the other brake pad so that it's just as fluid as the front. May also be time for rotors, but hey, that's for another video. Okay, as you can see, I press in both points that hold my bolts onto the caliper, and it slides right on. Also, what you're going to want to do is start those bolts with your hand to make sure they're threaded correctly, because the last thing you want to do is strip these bad boys, because then you're in a whole nother ball game. And you just create more work for yourself and less trust with the customer. Because what started out as a 20-30 minute job turns into an hour and a half or 2 hour job. Once they're threaded as far as you can take them with your hand, you could use your cordless ratchet. And because I'm really cautionary, I'm going to go ahead and go back over them with a good old ratchet and socket and use that muscle memory and intuition to let me know that they're just as tight as they need to be. And that's how you replace the rear brake pads on a 2016 Lexus ES350. You guys don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Woo woo!